Hello everyone, I hope that you are all doing well. This is me, Sayyid Shujatullah. Today we are discussing the first 5 MCQs based on inflation concept. So many of the concept development of inflation was already discussed in my last video. Those students who are watching me for the very first time, please watch that particular video so that you will get greater insights with regard to the concept of inflation. In this video, I am discussing the MCQs and related explanation of the certain sentences or statements, you can say, whether they are true and whether they are false, and how they are false, how they are true. So it is limited to the MCQs only. But in the last video, very real-time examples were given. With the help of that, you can totally get the inflation into your mind. Fine, let us go ahead. I'll become small again. Fun. So those students who wanted to be a part of my optional subjects, if they want to learn economic optional or law optional, please contact to this number. And if you want to be a part of any of this course, you can contact this one. Okay. Let us go ahead. So this is my Telegram group, Bright Minds IAS Shujat. So here in this Telegram group, I will conduct 3 tests in a week. Okay, and personal guidance and kind of motivation I will give. It's nothing but a free mentoring I am giving, and along with that, concept development, subject development is one of the important feature of my Telegram group. So please join it if you are very serious about your career, about cracking the UPSC or any other state public service commission examination. Then this is a good to go platform. Okay, fine. Consider the following statements. So first one, inflation for the beginners, for the first timers. What is inflation means? It is a sustained rise in the prices of goods and commodities. Very right. So you have to understand the word here, sustain. Sustain means over a period of time. In March, the price is 100. In February, like in March, April, the price is 130. And in May, the price is 170. In June, the price is 200. This is a sustained increase, continuous increase over a period of time. Here the period is how much? 4 months. 4 months. What is happening in these 4 months? There is continuous rise in the prices of dal we are seeing. In the prices of dal we are seeing. Okay. And just for example purpose I am giving you, I'll come to that things later. So this particular situation is called as inflation. A sustained increase should be there. It should not be this way. Okay, this is the first situation, right? It should not be the second situation. Second situation is not called as inflation. Second situation means in March the price of dal is 100, same like this. Okay, in April it went to 150. Then in May it came to again 100. Okay, a sudden rise and sudden fall. Okay, and again the same 100 rupees it is continuing. Sudden rise, sudden fall is not called as inflation. Is not called as inflation. Please remember this point. That's why it has to be a sustained increase. It has to be a sustained increase. I guess you got it. Inflation also refers to mere fluctuation of prices of few is wrong here. Few goods and commodities. This is a wrong statement because we should not get few. Okay, the situation in the country where we call it as inflation, the situation in the country where we call it as inflation is determined on the basis of not only 1 or 2 or 10 goods prices are increasing, but a basket of goods and commodities prices is increasing. Basket of goods and commodities or services prices is increasing. So only increase in potato, tomato, rice, bag, okay, wallet, phone is not called as inflation. Almost in this basket, this is a basket of all our essentials that we use in our day-to-day life. This basket has like 400 or 300 plus items will be there. I will discuss exactly in my future lectures. Okay, till at this point of time, this is enough. What I mean to say here is few goods like 6 I have mentioned, or 10 if I would have mentioned, or 20 if I would have mentioned. If these prices are increasing continuously, we don't call it as inflation. A basket of items which is like 300 400 items are there which we use in our day-to-day life. If their prices are increasing continuously over a period of time, then we call it as inflation. Then we call it as inflation. Remember this point. Right. Then we call it as inflation. So in this basket, let's suppose in our day-to-day life, we do recharge our phones, we use petrol, we use maybe diesel, we want electricity bill, education, we will spend some paper, rubber, sharpener, rice, potato, palak, kothmeer, coriander, badam milk, okay, chicken we eat, etc. Eggs we eat. So this is a basket of item, books, stationery, all that will come here. All that will come, snacks, Maggi, kurkure, and all that will come here. Okay, which we use in our day-to-day life, milk also. Okay, so let's suppose this basket price on May 24 today, May 24 2021, this basket price is 1000 rupees. Just guess it, it is 1000 rupees, assume it. And in June it became 1200, the same basket became 1200. In July it became 1400. Okay, and in August is my month where my birthday is there. August is a month where my birthday is there. Okay, so this 1400 becomes 1500. So do you see 100, 1200, 1400, and this basket price is slowly, persistently increasing. Okay, then we call it as inflation. The basket price should increase. And for more detailed purpose, I can say you that there may be some students who might be thinking that by potato ka price increase nahi hua. Okay, potato is same, rice increased, egg is same, milk increased. It could be in this way, right? Yes, it could be in this way that number of items, whatever are there in this basket, some may not show a price rise, some may show a price rise. Okay, but here we are trying to find out the average price of the basket. Average price of the basket. I guess with this average concept you understood. Okay, you understood. It is not necessary that all the items in the basket will show you the price rise. We consider the average price rise of the basket. Okay, fine. So few goods is asking, absolutely wrong statement. It is not a short-term concept. Very right. It's not a short-term concept. Remember this point. That's why I have mentioned March, April, May, June. Short-term means March में ही बढ़े कम हो गए. Okay, April first prices increased to 15, again came and stabilizes. This is not called as inflation. There should be a sustained increase over a period of time. So it's not a short-term concept. It is a little bit longer concept. Little bit longer concept. Remember this point. Fine. So the choose the correct statement. So our statement is this is wrong. We know because few should not come. This is very right because sustained is there. It is not a short-term concept. This is also right. So answer is 1 and 3. Answer is 1 and 3. Fine. Actually, I was trying to modify these slides. I was about to mention. Okay, in this part, I will mention the why first statement is right, why second statement is wrong. Like that, I will mention from the next slide. Okay, for High Court test we have done in our Telegram group. No, for that High Court regarding MCQs and their explanations, I have made it in this way so that everything to the student should be there at one particular place. So I'm doing a lot of hard work here, literally. तो ज़्यादा काम कर रहा हूँ मैं आप लोगों के लिए. You don't understand how much it takes, but ज़्यादा काम हो रहा है मेरे से, तो बहुत काम हो रहा. Fine. Consider the following statements. Chalo, let us consider it. Inflation occurs due to multi-dimensional effects in the economy. Very right. Because you know that they are in the country, there are generally three groups of people are there. One is consumers, like you and me, we just consume it. Another one are investors or producers. Okay, those who invest and try to give the products to us. And another one is government. So consumer, if inflation is there, consumer consumer will be at disadvantage because they have to give more money for the same basket, right? And sometimes it may happen if the price rise is more, many of the items in the basket, very essential items in the basket, the consumer cannot buy. That will lead to what? Deteriorating conditions of its life, of its standard of living, So it's a problem to the consumers. Investors will find very happily because they are finding some increase in prices in a particular business, so they will start investing. This is where the concept of supply and demand actually come into picture. So those who are watching for the very first time, please watch my last video on inflation concept. You will be thorough in inflation. Okay, as because my discussion is restricted to only these MCQs, I cannot elaborate it, because those students who have already watched the last video, they'll get bored if they again watch this again and again, right. The investors will feel very happy because a particular good is continuously showing increase in prices. So what do? We also start investing, and we've also tried to supply. So till that demand, people are asking, and the supply will continuously increase till the demand becomes equal to supply, till the new people goes on adding the supply. When the supply becomes demand, this transition period means less supply to the adequate supply, this the transition period is itself is called as inflation. There you are have to, as an investor, that is the best opportunity to earn paisa. Okay, to earn paisa. Fine. So they will be affected again, means they will be in positively, they will be affected. Okay, and government, the prime responsibility of the government according to directive principle of state policy is to establish a welfare state. Welfare state का मतलब क्या है? Everyone should fare well. Okay, everyone should fare well in the sense that हर एक का standard of living अच्छा होना चाहिए. Everyone should able to afford and able to access all basic requirements like internet facility. Now it is affordable. Internet data packs, because 100 rupees data pack is there, 48 rupees data pack is there. It is affordable to everyone in the country, but it is not accessible to everyone in the country. When you go out of the city and to the remote and rural areas, you don't see the requisite infrastructure, okay, to provide that data facility or broadband facility. So those people, though they can afford, those who are living in the rural area, they can afford, but they cannot access it. So the prime responsibility of the government in case of a welfare state is to establish a society where everyone should able to afford and access all the basic necessities of life. So here, as inflation is there, the basket price continuously increases. In this case, what happens is some of the poor section of the society will not be able to afford all the basic necessary items, and they will leave out few and they will buy only few, and that will not actually a desired conditions in the country. So government will make some fiscal policy, some budgetary changes. With the help of that, government try to stabilize the pricing of goods and services. So can you see now, many players are involved here. Government is involved, you are involved, investors are involved, many players are involved. And see, India is a very diverse country with regard to its climate. Here the climate will be different. Here we are having desert. Here the climate will be different. Here the climate will be different. Here the climate will be different. Here the soil is 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 different. Here plains are there. Here plateaus are there. Here hills are there. Here hills are there. Here mountains are there. Right. So, and rainfall is also not even everywhere. Not same everywhere in the country. So in this case, what happened here? There could be a drought. When there is a drought here there will be less supply of food grains. Now we will supply to here this place. Okay, we will supply. Okay, if here is a drought is there, they will supply. So do you see the interconnection between different regions? It means inflation is a multi-dimensional concept. Multi-dimensional concept from the demand side, from the money side, and also from the supply side. So that is a very right statement. Multi-dimensional effect occurs due to multi-dimensional effect, maybe because of drought, maybe because of more money in the hands of the people, maybe because of less interest rate charge on the loans. So many sectors, many people are involved in this particular inflation. That's why it occurs due to a multi-dimensional effect. It is mainly concerned with the money supply and production capacity. Money supply is nothing but demand. आपके पास जितने पैसे, money in your hand, money in my hand, this is money supply. Money in your hand, money in my hand, money in my family's hand, money in your family's hand, money in the country's population hand. Money in the country's population, this is money supply. Okay, let's suppose it is 100 rupees. It means what? Money supply is 100, it means demand is also 100. If the money supply increases, okay, like 150, the money supply increases to 150, then demand also increases to 150, right? Okay. Now, production capacity is nothing but supply. You produce nothing but you supply. Nothing but, right? You produce jalebis for what purpose? To supply only. Okay. So here when demand and supply mismatches, when the money supply increases, production is fixed. Same production. When money supply increases, production is decreasing. In any of these cases, in many cases are there. I will just come to that. So you will see what inflation. That's why inflation is mainly concerned. Okay, when there is a mismatch between money supply, nothing but demand, and production capacity, nothing but supply. So in order to just twist the question, just twist the statement, instead of writing demand and supply, in the examination I have given you money supply and production capacity, which means the same. It is a macroeconomic variable, very common. Multi-dimensional macroeconomic. Multi-dimensional is nothing but agriculture sector is involved, banking sector is involved, okay, automobile sector is involved. So many sectors, food processing sector is involved, many sectors, transportation sector is also involved. Macroeconomic variable means many people are also in, many population. So it is a concept which is affecting whole economy. That's why it is a macroeconomic variable. Then there is still now no clear strategy across the world to control inflation. This is wrong. We are having a clear strategy. So you know that RBI, okay, formulates monetary policy for the sake of inflation only, and government also with the help of fiscal policy manages inflation. So there is a clear cut strategy is there, though the strategy is not applicable for every other situation. That's why we continuously evolve. But the concept of inflation and how to reduce has been a very common, has been in existence since very long decades. So it is a well versed concept. Everyone knows about it, how to control it. We are all well aware of it. So it's a clear cut strategy. So we know, okay, and with the help of RBI and fiscal, we can do it. So the correct statement here is 1, 2, 3, sir. Okay. Okay, sir and madam, 1, 2, 3 is correct because fourth one is wrong because it's a no clear cut strategy. But yes, we do have a clear cut strategy. Let us go with the third question. Which of the following situation in the economy leads to unescapable, okay, situation. Sorry, inflation. Escapable. Okay. Escape. The payable is the new thing added to it. Unescapable inflation. Fine. Okay. That's why we have to learn tongue twisters also sometimes. Fine. So it is saying that the question says that what are the situation where there is no chance you can escape from the inflation, means the inflation is bound to happen. If these are the conditions in the economy, inflation is bound to happen. So let us see the conditions now. When money supply increases, when money in our hand, your hand, my hand, in the country's population hand, if money supply become 100, 200, 300, it is increasing, but production is same, 100 units, 100 units, 100 units. So money is at the end how much? 300, and supply is how much? 100 only. So mismatch is there between supply and demand or not? Yes, yes sir, yes sir. So this is right statement. This is right statement. Okay. When money supply is fixed but production decreases, very right. So money supply 100, okay, in March 100, in April also everybody is having 100 only in the hand, in May also 100. Production before it was 100, but because of drought it became to 80, and because of tsunami and flood it became to 50. Again there is a mismatch between, overall mismatch is there or not? Yes. Mismatch will again lead to what? Inflation. Yes sir, very right sir. Okay, fine. When money supply and production increases, when money supply and production both are increasing, but percentage increase in money supply is higher than percentage increase in production capacity. First of all, both are increasing, but the condition is money supply is increasing fastly, it seems, than the production activity. Means 100 rupees became 200, 200 became 300, like that in March, April, May. In the same way, production 100 units became 150, and 150 became 200. So at the end, overall, from March to March, April, May, 300 is there, production is 200. Again we got here mismatch between supply and demand. Right or wrong? Yes sir. This is also a situation where inflation is unescapable. Okay, I got it right now. Fine. When money supply and production decreases, but decrease in percentage decrease in money supply is slower then percentage increase in production capacity. This is wrong. This is wrong. So our answer is 1, 2, 3. Our option is 1, 2, 3. Those who are watching me for the very first time or those who are watching me continuously, you should explain me in the comment section what does it mean. The way I have explained you here, you please explain me this in the comment section, or else if you don't do it, I'll do it in the Telegram group for sure. But कुछ तो होमवर्क करो, कुछ तो काम करो, पूरा मेरे ऊपर बर्डन मत डालो, बहुत मेहनत लगती है. Okay, it takes lot of time, lot of enthusiasm, passion to guide students, to mentor students. मेरा बहुत time लगता है ये सब चीजों में. Okay, I spend lot of time for you people. Okay, this is a very new question. Assertion. During inflation, in order to bring equilibrium between demand and supply, what to do? What to do if there is inflation in the country? Means demand and supply is mismatched in the country. If you want to bring equilibrium, like if you want to make it demand and supply equal, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Let us see. Assertion reasons. First one, either supply has to increase or demand should decrease, right? One is sufficient, but you have to see here he has not given you proportionate. Proportion is very important. This first statement will not be applicable in these cases. Okay, here what is happening? Money supply is also increasing, production is also increasing, but still we see what in third statement, inflation. So here also it's a very vague. So if he says proportionate increase in money supply to proportionate increase in money supply to production capacity, then it is okay, but it has given a very vague. So first one cannot be a answer. You cannot achieve a equilibrium. Okay, then second and third one, supply has to increase in proportionate to demand. Very right. Means agar 100 units increase or 100 become 200, supply should also become 100 to 200. If the supply increases in proportionate to demand or demand increases in proportionate to supply. Okay, then here also you see one thing, demand decreases in proportionate to supply. If it increases, it will become deflation. So we are not going into that concept. I will tell you about it. Okay, demand decreases in proportionate to supply. So supply is 100, demand is 200. So 200 and 100 mismatch, again inflation. Demand should decrease in proportionate to supply. Yes, it should decrease to 100. Then demand and supply will be equal or not? Yes. So both 2 and 3 statements can independently establish equilibrium. So very right. The fourth one is right answer. My dear students, it is very important concept. Consider the following statement. Very common and easiest one till now. You might have understood each and everything about it. Inflation is a localized phenomena. No. Inflation is a country related phenomena. It is a macroeconomic phenomena. It's a phenomena that affects the whole of the country. It has effects on the larger aspects of the country. So it's not a localized phenomena. Wrong. Inflation is harmful to the economy. Again, a wrong statement. Why? Because a little inflation of 2% is always an incentive. It's good for the economy. That's why Urjit Patel, okay, our former deputy governor, or like governor of RBI also, so he told that inflation targeting means he has given a band of inflation, means price rise could be from 2 to 6%, no issue. If price rise happened, like 100 rupees basket is getting in, you are getting in 102 rupees, okay, 103 rupees, okay, 104 rupees, okay, 105 rupees, okay, 106 rupees, okay. If over a period of time, if there is a inflation from 2 to 6% in this way, then it's okay, fine. Above 6%, it will be a burden to the poor people. It will affect the economy a lot, like that he told. So he said that the government, the RBI should always target the inflation in this range. And this range is, that's why called as inflation targeting. Inflation has been targeted in this range. Okay, so little bit of inflation is always good in the economy. When we say a direct statement like inflation is harmful to the economy is very wrong. Remember this point. Inflation being harm to some sections of the society and benefits to other section of society, It is a very, very important aspects. So if you want to know this, you have to watch my next video on in inflation concept development, a big what you are having a proper explanation on it with regard to debtors, with regard to creditors, with regard to exporters, with regard to importers, who will get benefit in the inflation, who will get disadvantage in the inflation, all that we are going to learn here. But at this present point of time, I just wanted to tell you, inflation bring harm to some section of society, like poor people and fixed income group, जिसकी सैलरी बढ़ती नहीं उतनी ही रहती. सैलरी my 10,000 is my salary, but the basket is 11,000 and basket become 12,000, basket become 13,000. So my salary is fixed. So it affects me or not? Yes. So it will decrease my standard of living or not? Yes. Because I cannot afford in my 10,000. How can I afford a basket of 13,000? Then I have to remove some essentials, like out of 100 items I will not buy 20 items. So if I am not buying 20 items, whether it is called as increased standard of living or decrease? Yes sir, it is called as decreased standard of living, as you all know. And inflation benefits to other section of society, investor, producers, they can earn more. So inflation does benefit some sections of society and does not benefit some sections of society. Okay, so this is wrong. Find the incorrect statement 1 and 2. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'll come up with the high court MCQs today by night. Thanks God. Have a nice day. Eat well. This is the lunch time. Enjoy your lunch. Bye bye.